How are you feeling?
I did not sleep well. I woke up well because the tractor trailer arrived. We're good. My trailer is fine. We're in here. We're unloading. Things are arriving. So we're looking pretty good. Weather-wise, we had a conversation with the venue too that things might be okay afternoon on Thursday, so we might even have an extra bit of time for some of that setup. Sweaty hand or wet rain?
It's definitely rain.
A combination.
He's cold.
I heard you're always sweating, so no.
Who would say such a thing?
That's not rain.
Well, this isn't.
I said don't wear grey.
So I do have to give props though. Don from ADL Live, he went and said, they did an event live streaming in Orlando just earlier. So if Colin Bryce isn't able to make it, or Joe Schofield, any of our equipment, we actually have backup equipment. So when you start thinking about the positives that are stacking up, I feel pretty good.
I think from what I've seen online as well, the strength community are really impressed with what's happening.
Yeah, we kind of wrote a check.
There's not a lot what we can do about the hurricane situation, but the competition is definitely going to go ahead.
I think yes, and I think the Saturday is going to be
wild.
A test.
It's going to be fun.
Your voice is going to be tested. I think you should
not speak for 2 days.
Well, I think you should give a special thank you to Gabriel Pena. He is driving because he could not get a flight to be here by Friday, and so I heard that he's actually playing the drive. And that is at least going to save 50% of your vocal cords for Saturday.
I'm looking forward to working with Gabe, and guys, go and say well done to Gabe for putting in the effort. I mean, how long is that drive for him?
Oh, I can't imagine. I've from North Carolina, I've driven to Texas, and you're talking, 2 to 3 days booking it, 3 to 5 with a family. And so straight across, it should be a little bit less, but I guarantee he is looking at somewhere in 10 to 20 hour range.
We need to look after Gabe then when he gets
We
here.
will.
Yes, he talk about the Strongman community coming together. I am so impressed that the number of people who were able to make the adjustments on flights. We're talking, without us even having a plan. They're like, oh, I've made it to Miami, I'm renting a car.
Loads of people are getting in early, loads of people have got to different airports driving. Yeah.
Yes.
One thing I just want to clarify, because I know a lot of the weight classes are worried. Some of the ones that are already underweight, but they can't get weighed in until they arrive here. That's fine. Yeah,
Thursday,
they don't have to.
Thursday at 10 is the soonest they can take their video. That's why we're going to look at the time.
But if they turned up Friday evening, they can still get weighed in.
Yeah.
Easy. So there you go, guys. If you're kind of coasting underweight, no problem. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
If you're one of the ones that wanted to get weighed in Thursday, then the video option is there for you.
And one thing I have been hearing, you don't need to send us the video ahead of time. The whole point is we don't want to look at 400 videos. We're going to look at 110. We're going to look at the top 10 per division. Have that video though. And we are going to look at the timestamp on it to make sure that it was after Thursday at 10 a.m. And, we don't want any funny business, but no, you don't need to bombard my Facebook messages.
This man's had way too many phone calls and messages already.
With a bunch of people in their undies, it's like, I made it. Also, people have asked, are we putting in contingency? It's like, no. It's the same weigh-in as if you were here. Luckily, you get to go straight from the bathtub to the scale and then start drinking, so you should say thank you. But no, you have to be, if you're 80 kilograms, you need to be 80 kilos. People are asking, well, what if my scale is in pounds? Guess what? You can go and look and say 64 kilograms in pounds, 141.1 pounds.
What is that screensaver?
Oh, that is Eddie Hall's face from 2019, where he stole my phone and my daughter let him unlock it. And he's got amazing teeth, though, right? I mean, sure.
Have you seen his face recently, then?
I think so. I always heard that the British, but that doesn't make sense.
Well, that's rude.
So what's the plan for the rest of the day?
Today is set up, and the biggest thing is, we kind of have to wait until the lighting comes up. We are very excited. This is one of the biggest investments that I made for this year, was to improve the lighting. We've got a full grid of 80 foot by 80 foot square of 54 lights. So there isn't going to be a bad angle. All the video, the photos are going to look amazing. We're hoping that we can even spice in some of that Giants Live kind of quality because all these lights can move and change color.
Cool.
We will see. We're trying. This is our first year doing it. But once those are up, then we can work on banners and get things set up. But the reality is we actually have somehow gained time on our setup, so we're kind of taking it easy and not having a whole lot of pressure. You can see the team is working on the trophies. That was another improvement this year. We've customized the trophies. They're custom to the official Strongman games now, as well as now there's awards for the top 10 on everyone. Scary stuff. And that's why you don't do this at home. Leave it to the professionals.
Well, we'll let you get on with it, buddy.
Feel free to take a look around, and I'm glad you guys made it on time. I'm glad this guy missing a flight, but you did make it.
His wasn't even anything to do with the hurricane.
I was 3 hours on exactly right place, but I don't know. I just went to the toilet, come back, and my daughter asked, "Oh, we should go maybe." I said, "Okay."
How long were you in the toilet?
No, I wasn't. But we was looking the time on the screen, 1 a.m. But I was thinking it's start boarding, but it was the time when it's leaving.
Oh, yeah.
I have traveled so many times, and
then of course when you travel the longest, right?
yeah. But I was very lucky. They gave me 3 tickets for next flight. And
Good.
I go on Atlanta and came here. Anyway, I'm here.
You're here. It's going to be a fun evening for all of us. It's my first time. I've actually promoted an event during a hurricane before, but it was outdoors and we had to relocate under a parking garage of a shopping complex.
Wow.
And wind and rain was coming in. It was crazy. But being on the ocean, it was kind of creepy to sleep last night because you hear it.
You can hear it howling.
Oh,
yeah.
And I looked out there this morning. I was like, Daytona Beach has no beach.
Yeah.
There's just
I'm
water.
lucky. First day I got my pictures on the beach.
Yeah.
No beach anymore.
There will not be any beach for a little while. So it's going to be a fun time. But
And this is my first time to be in so big competition because so many athletes.
oh yeah.
Usually it's 12, 10 athletes. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you, I think we opened the eyes of Laz and Liz on the rest of Strongman last year. And I think it's going to surprise you. One, how many people and the diversity of people that compete in Strongman, the sport that you love. And then realize, wow, they're really, really strong. And some of these guys are very light.
So many. Yeah,
It's going to be good.
And that's possible only in America.
We have bigger
hard
contests
to-
here because we have every division. We haven't ever pushed as hard for the single division contest. That's the thing I've noticed, especially in the UK and Europe. You'll have all the divisions perhaps, but it'll be one class at a time for the whole contest. Where in the United States, a lot of the contests are every division, but 70 athletes, even every division, and it'll be 40 athletes in a gym.
Like right now, 40 masters, 40 competitors.
That just gives you more rest. You'll love it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
he will love it.
Even the Saturday being a long day, it's still going to suit you better, having that much rest between events.
I like the rest between the events because we have got the events like I finished the event. I was bad in one event. I go straight away for next event. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. Have you competed at World's Strongest Man already?
Once,
Yes.
2011.
Yes.
Sore subject.
2011, that was in Wingate, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
I was there. Not in a capacity other than a fanboy. And that was a challenging situation because my youngest was weeks old.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't go to the heats. I could only go to the finals. So you did not make the finals.
Nope.
That's why I don't remember.
I
Okay.
got food poison on the plane and
Oh no. Well, what I was going to say is I think this is a similar experience to World's Strongest Man where there is more time in between. So it does suit athletes a little bit better, who know how to fully recover between events. You don't have to go full steam. Like we talked, people who know how to turn it on and turn it off, because you can't just stay hyped up for these full days.
Don't worry, Rano doesn't.
Sometimes Arnold, last event is after 6 hours or something like this.
Yeah.
You can go to rest, eat, and come back again.
Well, it was going to be 6 hours. Now Saturday's going to be a little longer.
No, but between one event.
Yeah. Oh gosh, no.
Last event was 6 hours later.
That's too much.
No, it wasn't.
This one's going to be right in that happy medium where you really can actually get some food in you and do some digestion before you go into the next. But realistically, we're going to be 2 hours between each event to be able to get the job done.
Perfect.
So, cool. All right, I'm going to get back to it. You're more than welcome to,
We'll just have a little look around, and then probably head back over. And
I mean, there's not a whole lot to do right now. So you're more than welcome to chill out as much as you would like.
Facebook, someone asked, is it brief allowed? Is it?
Briefs are allowed. So here, I've gotten a lot of flack on that, and in the future, I probably won't allow briefs, but here's my thinking. So last year's official Strongman Games, we had situations where, and rightfully so, athletes will not have their straps on until the last minute, right? Yeah. Well, I require the shirts to be over, which means I've got a bunch of people just without competition shirts, which means they're not ready. And then we call them over, and they've got to get hoisted in, and then get their shirt on, and then put on their straps ready to go, and then go out there. And that costs, a minute. And then we had the situation where some people didn't listen at all, and they'd have their shirt under, and we have to undo and everything like that. So it's a pain in the butt. So no straps. And I didn't want deadlift suits for that reason particularly. And so when I heard about briefs, I was thinking like the Cerberus, the Ray-Ban, the Evolution Athletics warm pants. And it's like, no, I'm not checking people's underwears. Briefs are fine. Is it the slingshot briefs that are a little bit tighter than the Ray-Ban? Sure. Now I'm finding out that because I'm not a power lifter, that briefs go up to your nipples.
No. Maybe someone.
If you're very short.
not around.
No, not around next nipples.
So, I've seen some with straps that come up, and it's like, no.
Usually it's over here.
So I'm hoping. The reality is, no, you're not allowed to have just a deadlift suit with straps hanging down. I know that's the same thing. I don't care. It looks weird with your shirt. So no. In the future, I will probably
I'm
also
pulling
say,
for banning suits, full stop, Strongman, but that's just me.
my initial thought was I didn't want to have to check everyone's underwear.
Because I don't want to be known as that guy.
I thought
creepy.
that briefs ended here. But if they're up to here,
should be here. But if someone have a space, but they can make themselves.
Yeah,
So
they add an extension to it.
we need to find a way to be able to say, this is an Evolution Athletics warm pants, totally allowed. This is Cerberus warm pants, totally allowed.
But with no adaptations, you would need to add that because people will.
And then we're checking underwear at that point. So we need to figure out some way to do that. But
You see very easily. If I have a brief, I can't go like this. I go like this, like this, like this, and come back.
we're gonna do it like when you get pulled over for drinking and driving, and you have to now
do a
walk.
little test.
If you can't do this, it's like, oh no. Get out.
No, can you pick up that penny, please?
You can see straight away.
If they have to do this to reach down.
I have to do that anyway.
I was going to say, hold on a minute.
So that I'm right on board with you because for one, I think as we try to make strongman a more mainstream sport, you saw Tim Daglish's amazing deadlift. Then you see the comments. Now, granted, their form always has some upper back rounding. It's worse
they're a weird
with
body
the suit,
shape, so yeah.
But it's worse with the suits.
Yeah, it is.
Because they literally just go and they go. Where I think that as we continue to remove that equipment, things will look a little bit more natural, and it stops the comparison between powerlifting and strongman records and just abilities in general, and be like, no, this is closer to raw. But a lot of my rules have been, people have asked, could I have double knee sleeves on the car walk? And it's like, how would I know? I don't want to be checking everyone's
400 knees.
For knees, definitely they have.
Well,
But for log lift, double knee sleeves not allowed.
but in general, my feeling with the number of athletes that I have, totally different when you have 12. And by the way, totally different if you're going for a record, in my opinion. But with the number of athletes that I have, I can't be checking people's gear to that level.
And like for elbow, someone will want to put like this, knee wraps to elbow, it's not allowed.
No. Anyway,
In this event, we're not going to be checking that. You will certainly notice they won't be able to, bend their arms. Viking press, someone's going to do it. But I do go and say, if it's for a record, you have stricter rules. And, obviously fewer athletes, you can check more.
Is the rules meeting tomorrow or Friday now?
Friday now.
Yes.
have to be.
Yeah, of
Tomorrow's
course.
gonna be-
The schedule that was Thursdays now.
I'm here, now I have one question more. If the bag to put to the shoulders and hand like this, where do bag need to come back here or backward?
It can go over your shoulder backwards.
Yeah, because usually always it's coming back here.
So here's the other thing, and I'm going to be working with the judges. When it's up, I need to be able to see, maybe not the best way to say it. I need to see both nipples. If I still have enough of the sandbag that's covering your chest, it's not high enough. I see a lot of this,
Yeah.
and that's not okay.
coming here and someone start just slipping over.
Well, you got to have control. Another thing that I tell the judges is this is a timed event, but it's specifically not over shoulder. It's to shoulder. I'm expecting at least a beat of control, and then you can drop it. It's not a fluid motion going over. And one of the things that you can tell is if someone's knees are bent or their hips, that's not a good lift. You are locked out like a deadlift, locked out with the shoulder. Then you can toss it back.
And I have seen for dumbbell as well, someone have done like 2 hands from here and then they took off one and straight away up.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one for the judges. In general, the rule is you can get it 2 hands to your shoulder, and then you have to have your hand
if they
off
want to do
before
like
the
this.
Snatch.
dip. So if I think about that, I think that you can, as long as you let go before the chest.
What about, because I did it at UK's once, I did a one-handed snatch, but I kept it one-handed all the way.
Yeah, with one handed no problem, but if you come with 2,
Maybe just be clear, if you're going to snatch it, it's one hand the whole lift.
It won't be
I don't
possible
think
with
many
those
people are going to be
dumbbells.
snatching.
Oh, really?
I will say I've seen videos. I think the chest is going to be the rule. If you are at one hand, chest and up, you're fine. We'll get to that in the rules meeting,
Yeah.
though. I've got some people I need to speak with. So thank you
no
guys.
problem.
All right.
Thanks.